Hey, coffee is king in South Korea. Seoul, to be specific. I walked around the past few blocks and there's the coffee bean, another coffee spot. You get the point. And in America, if these coffee spots were this crowded, they'd eat each other. Like it wouldn't even be sustainable. That brings up the top headline. What we're really getting at is a difference between Seoul and South Korea as a whole and America when it comes to soda versus coffee. We talked to the homie Steve at the Coffee Bean who just saw my camera and wanted to talk about what their culture is like with coffee in South Korea.
What do you like about the coffee bean?
Um, Actually, it opens so early, and every day I go to F45, and it's almost like 6:20 in the morning, and then when I finish working out, and then it opens at 7 a.m.
It's beautiful. That must be convenient, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, so I didn't even know that like Korean people like coffee this much. So is coffee a part of like the culture, or do you
Yeah,
make
yeah.
coffee at home?
Yeah, I think so. Like people usually like pick the coffee, and mostly some companies offer their workers for like free coffees. They actually like build their lounge like to offer coffee to their own employees.
My girlfriend's older brother lives and works in Seoul. So we had him interview some of his coworker friends. And we started with the question, do you see Seoul as a convenient place to live?
첫 번째 질문의 답은 둘 다예요. Yes and no.
저는 태어났을 때부터 서울에서 태어났고 쭉 지내왔었는데 서울은 개인적으로 살기 편한 곳이라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
I was born in Seoul and raised and live in Seoul until over 50 years. Living in Seoul is very convenient.
Yes, I think Seoul is convenient and pleasant to live. First of all, the public transportation is very convenient to go anywhere in Seoul.
교통도 편하고 안전하고
대중교통도 굉장히 편리하고 그리고 그러다 보니까 외국과 다르게 차가 굳이 필요 없이 이렇게 어디든 돌아다닐 수 있다는 게
Subway and bus system I think is terrific. So we can save a lot of time.
그다음에 쇼핑, 문화 모든 것들이 아주 쉽고 편리하게 접근할 수가 있어서 그런 부분에 있어서는 서울이 살기가 굉장히 좋아요.
Question number 2. Do you like coffee? If so, would you consider it a big part of the culture?
커피를 얼마나 자주 마시느냐. 커피는 굉장히 자주 마셔요. 하루에 한 3잔에서 4잔?
대부분 한국 사람들은 커피를 너무 좋아해가지고 한두 잔씩은 꼭 기본으로 먹지 않나 저는 생각을 합니다.
I like coffee and drink it twice a day. There are so many coffee shops such as Starbucks, Tom and Tom's, and yeah, I think it is a big part of the Seoul's culture.
If you come to Seoul, you will see lots of coffee shop everywhere. I think Koreans like to drink coffee. Not only drink coffee, they like social activity at the coffee shop.
담배 한 대 피러 가자. 그게 잠깐 쉬었다 브레이크 타임을 갖자는 의미였다면 지금은 커피 한 잔 할래가 브레이크 타임을 의미하는 거라서 커피를 마시기 위해서라기보다는 그냥 서로 대화를 하고 잠깐의 휴식을 위해서 커피를 마시는 경우가 많다고 생각합니다. 그래서 하루에 3번 내지 4번 중에 한 번은 정말로 나의 카페인이 필요해서 마시는 거고 2번 내지 3번 정도는 브레이크 타임을 위해서 마시는 거라고 생각합니다.
없지 않아 있지 않을까 생각합니다. 어렸을 때부터 다들 뭐 밤늦게까지 공부를 하고 그러다 보니까 어렸을 때부터 카페인을 먹는 거에 대해서 되게 크게 개의치 않게 생각을 하고 있어가지고 다들 이제 어렸을 때부터 쭉 자라오면서 커피를 먹는 문화에 대해서 되게 중요하게 생각하고 있는 것 같습니다.
So coffee is really big in the culture. We got that much for sure.
아주 가끔 마시는 편입니다. 그러면 커피는 일단 거기에는 슈거가 설탕이 많이 들어가 있기 때문에 건강에도 안 좋고 그다음에 다이어트에도 안 좋아서 잘 마시지 않는 편입니다.
I'm not a big fan for soda. So if I drink a soda, I drink twice a month.
I don't drink soda very often. I drink soda only when I eat like Western food, pasta or pizza.
아, 소다. 개인적으로는 얼마 전에 건강검진을 했는데 혈당 수치가 높다고 나와가지고 소다를 이제 저는 안 먹고 있는데 주변 친구들 보면은 뭐 피자나 치킨이나 먹을 때 항상 탄산음료를 다들 한두 장씩은 꼭 먹기도 합니다.
So yeah, clearly judging by all these interviews, people in Seoul drink soda when they're looking for something carbonated. They're just not looking for something carbonated as often. It's not their preference. And yes, coffee is addictive too and has its downsides, but I think when you compare one with the other, there is a clear winner when it comes to the competition of bad versus less bad. And no amount of interviews can ever approximate a whole country or even a whole city as big as Seoul, but that's why I did research. As of 2021, people in their 20s and 30s in South Korea preferred Coke. That being said, coffee is the most popular, with 45% of respondents citing it as their daily drink. Y'all know this, but Americans consume a lot of Coke. The average person drinks 403 servings a year. That's more than one serving a day, which is crazy, and it means that soda is the preferred drink in America, while coffee is Korea's. Coke is killing people, in America specifically. Cam, why are you picking on Coke? Well, I'm in Atlanta. They were born here. Second, they have the world's largest market share at 48% to PepsiCo's 20%. Because Coke has done an excellent job at balancing their public perception so they don't end up like the tobacco industry. Oh, by the way, the tobacco industry's tactics to push out misinformation to confuse people about how bad cigarettes are, yeah, they got that from the soft drink industry. I know, I thought it was the tobacco industry that did it first, but nah. And all that trash the Tobacco Industry Research Committee pumped out in the 1950s came from the Sugar Research Foundation, which is a nonprofit partly funded by Coke. Researchers at Tufts University estimated that sugary drinks like soda and energy drinks contributed to over 330,000 deaths and 3 million new cases of diabetes and heart disease in 2020. Granted, there's other variables. We can't get super precise with this, but the numbers aren't good. The point, if there is one, is that we're killing ourselves in America, and Seoul's not doing that as much. But just like Atlanta, like any other city you can name, Seoul has plenty of problems. Don't take it from me though.
Yes and no. 너무 복잡해요. 너무 복잡해서 가끔씩 휴식이 필요할 때가 있는데 서울은 다 모든 것들이 다 너무 인공적이어서 가끔은 그런 것들이 안 좋게 생각돼요. 살기에 별로 안 좋다. 공기라든지 그런 부분에서는 안 좋다는 생각이 들어요.
Of course, that's not exhaustive. There's a laundry list of problems that Seoul has that you won't find in several American cities. I actually got the impression from my brief visit that they're even more capitalistic than we are. We came across this woman who was demonstrating on behalf of a hotel employee who was unlawfully fired when the hotel opposed unionization. That hotel is called Sejong, and I promised her I'd put it in this video. Fired workers have been demanding reinstatement in front of the hotel for the past 3 years. Basically, 12 workers who refused to voluntarily retire back in 2021 were laid off. He'd been protesting on top of that light pole for like 20-something days when we came across him. And if you're still going, then I hope this little spotlight makes a difference. Oh yeah, while we're talking about capitalism, their advertisements consist of a face holding a product more times than not. I think this is the only time in my life I've seen a Jabot store. Black people know. They also seem to have a bigger cigarette problem than we have, with the US daily smoking rate being 7% lower than South Korea's. That being said, South Korea's decline has been steeper than ours because their controls were enacted later. Another note that MG gave us was that he sees people drinking beer and soju more than soda.
Koreans secretly, they don't trust people that don't drink. College students drink this, businessmen drink this, everybody drinks soju.
Alcohol is pretty ingrained in Korean culture, and it's seen as a way to bond with friends, colleagues, family, and solidify business relationships. Obviously, that means alcoholism can become a problem, so it's something we got to keep in mind. So what's the conclusion? Originally, I made this video to be like, look, Seoul is way better than America, and I want to go back. But I realized that that's not really a data-based viewpoint. So I'll talk about that more in the Patreon video. Check that out when you get a chance.
싶어가지고 볼 것도 많다고 생각을 해서 서울은 되게 살기 좋은 곳이라고 생각하고 모두들 많이 방문 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Thank you for listening. I can pick your